Hello, Virgo. Thank you for tuning into your love read. Yes. For the main read, I'm using the Energy Oracle cards by Sandra and Taylor. For the supportive cards, the Angel Answer cards by Doreen Virtue and Radley Valentine. Switching it up a bit. I very much like these energy cards. I haven't used them in a while. And they're feeling very fresh, so fresh as in like new insights, I guess you could say. So this is for, the first half is for relationships, the second half is for single, sorry. No, okay. I think I told you everything I was supposed to. Now, something's on your partner's mind, yes. They're feeling, I feel like something's bothering them that they want to talk with you about. Something, let's keep going, because it doesn't feel like anything is bad here. I almost feel like they're on the same page as you, but something, the way it's coming across, isn't working out. And they're feeling a little... What's holding it back is a man holding a heart on their side and strategy on your side. I almost feel like they might be holding back their feelings about something. You have some plans going on, and the way you're going about it, they're going along with you, but they're not... I feel like they're holding something back. They want to tell you something. I feel like they're worried. And they don't want to disappoint you, so they're not saying something. But you have plans that you're... I feel like you're going forward with plans that you had set in motion, but something... I feel like something isn't on point. And they want to tell you, or they're trying to tell you, and it's just not happening. They don't want to disappoint you. I feel like this is mostly about something not being on schedule. Now, something isn't happening at the right time, and I feel like they're worried that it's going to really bother you. They don't want to disappoint you. Something they're connected with. Something they might have more control over, but just kind of either didn't work out the way they thought it would, or kind of slipped through the cracks a little. One of the two. Okay. Where they're standing, they're feeling confined by the situation. They know they have to tell you. They know it's going to come out sooner or later. I feel like it's really bothering them, though. They really don't want to disappoint you. It's bothering them. It really is. Your partner seems very sensitive about this. It's interesting, though, because where you're standing is victory. And the way I'm looking at this, like, things happen. And I feel like you're more forgiving than your partner might realize. Maybe sometimes when you express how you feel about something not working out, like you're very honest and forward about how you feel about it, but I feel like they take it to heart. They really take it to heart, and it's like really bothering them. Thing is, I think it's more them than you. They just have it built up. I feel like they should have done something, and I feel like they're beating up on themselves, and they're also kind of like feeling like you're going to be really disappointed, and it's kind of like they're messing with themselves. Now, in the spiritual sense, they're all in knots. This is a weird card anyway. I always think this is such a weird card. This is the card for them and their spiritual. I feel like it says all tied up, but I feel like they're in knots. Like their stomach's in knots. They're just driving themselves crazy. I feel like they're really doing it to themselves. Spiritually, you're not seeing anything wrong here, though. You're not even aware that I don't know, something spiritually. It feels like you're okay. I'm feeling like they're having some type of issue, almost like they're having some type of moment, and just maybe things in their life. I think maybe other things, if you look closely, are going a little wonky in your partner's life. And this is just one of many things that seem to be like they're having a moment. Maybe the last month or so has been difficult for them for whatever reason. Like one thing slipped through the cracks, and it just seems to be the snowball effect. And they need somebody to like slow them down, which might be you, and just like help them just calm down. And you're just like everything can be fixed, and just help them. You might have to actually literally help them put things back in order where you can, and just help keep them on track, and just remind them, you know what, things are gonna work out. Life happens. Nobody's perfect, and everybody has their moments, and clearly you've been having one for like a month and a half, because I feel like that's what's going on here. I feel like your partner's been like, things have been going wonky for them for a little while. Not too long, but long enough to where like one after the next just seems to be falling through. That might be why they're so sensitive about this, because they're just like, oh, another thing I screwed up. Like I feel like that's how the energy's coming through. It's not like the end of the world thing, and I really don't feel like it's bothering you all that bad, but I feel like they just feel like they're screwing things up left and right. I'm wondering if there's like some type of hay fever, if you're in a climate that happens, or some type of like head cold where they're just really just not on the ball like they are usually. Something like that might be the situation, because it seems like they're just not on point like maybe they usually would be. Or this is a situation which you're used to dealing with, and you're just like, relax, it's fine, I love you either way. Because I feel like they're really, especially the last month and a half, it feels like it's been a little wonky. Okay. Now, this being said, I feel like all that I just kind of riddled out there, the purpose of that is because I do feel like you're very forgiving. I feel like you're very forgiving, you're very helpful, you love this person. That's why you're in a relationship with them. Once you realize what's going on with them, which who knows, maybe it's when you watch this reading, maybe you've already gone through this part by the time you watch this reading. You get the Door to Spirit on your side, and you get the Healer of Ages on their side. I feel like you're releasing them from a lot of stress, because you're kind of flying in. To them, it feels like you're flying in. I wouldn't say you would look at it like you were a superhero or anything, but you're going in there and you're slowing them down, and you're talking it out, and you're just like, we can fix this. I feel like you literally have to help out, because you're seeing how they're overwhelming themselves. So you're like, I feel like you're dissecting everything. Some of you might even literally be writing things down, all the things that have to be done, and you're rescheduling it along with everything else they have to do, and then you're taking some of it for yourself so it gets done. I feel like you're really categorizing it. Some of you might be writing it down. Others of you don't need to, but I feel like, some of you are doing like, let's categorize what's the worst to the best, like what needs to be done and what's can wait a little longer, and I'll just help you, and we'll go down the list and we'll get things taken care of. I feel like the way you're going in, to them, it's like you're swooping in and saving the day to them. And they're feeling a lot freer, like I feel like they feel a lot better. You're giving them some type of confidence boost, like you're helping them get control, you're showing them what they need to do and that they can do it. Like you're boosting their confidence too. This is a really good moment for your relationship, because I feel like this is like a strengthening part. Like your other half is having some issues and you're helping. I feel like it's an honest thing though. I don't feel like they set anything up to screw up. It just kind of happened. And it seems like it's been that way for about a month. It keeps coming back that way. So if this is hitting for you, let me know. Now after you do this, I feel like you stick with the plan. I feel like you're keeping tabs on your partner, but they knew you were going to do that. Like when you helped them and categorize things, you kind of made it as part of the thing, like, and to make sure you succeed, because I love you, I'll keep an eye out for you. We'll touch base to make sure you're on point, and I'll see what I can do for you. Like you're keeping an eye on them, but they're very open to this. They realize you're a part of the support system they need to help keep them going. Because I feel like they're doing a lot of things still themselves. You're only picking up pieces where you have to, but by using you as a sounding board, you keep them motivated, you keep them on track, you remind them, hey, don't forget this, go there. Like I feel like you're really keeping things on point, especially with the sacral chakra here, which I don't know why it doesn't say sacral chakra, but whatever. Sacral? No, solar plexus. That's why it doesn't say sacral, because it's a solar plexus chakra. It doesn't say that either though. Because I feel like this is like loyalty to the situation. I always think of the yellow as a loyal color. keeping things right on point. The Magician in the Mirror on their side, it's so fitting for this picture. Because this is a lot like the Magician you would see in the tarot deck, except this one sometimes comes through like he's partly worried, but partly he's like, what am I doing? And then but he keeps going, and he realizes he's creating the situation, and he keeps creating it. So for good, better, or for worse, he works out whatever way. In this situation, I feel like you're keeping him motivated, and he's balancing things out, and he's getting things done, but he's kind of like, I feel like he's still a little nervous that he's going to screw things up. He or she. Don't get caught up in the gender just because it flew out my mouth. I apologize. It's not centered either way. Because there's definitely going to be females that fit this too. I don't know why it flew out that way. So when this happens, this person is nervous, but they're doing well, but they're like, it's almost like a balancing act. I wouldn't say it was juggling, I would say it was balancing. Like something on this side, something on this side, kind of standing on like a ledge in a way, just like walking across this ledge, got to get across the ledge, keeps going. It's that type of feeling. But it's going well. This card kind of connects your two influences on your partner here, between the spirit, the door to spirit, and the third chakra, which is solar plexus. I'm going to screw up another one of these before it goes too far, I'm sure. It kind of goes right between the two. In other words, you're feeling good about the situation. I feel like your partner's tied up in knots, but you're doing well. I don't feel like you're devastated or really angry. You're feeling useful, and you're helping. And this is the value of you. And you know that. They need you, and you're helping, and you're not taking over all the responsibilities. You're helping where you need to, and you're helping them get strength back and get things going. So I really feel like you're viewing this as like, this is what a relationship is for. Sometimes your partner, sometimes I'm going to need help, sometimes you need help, and now you need help. That's why I'm here. I don't feel like you're upset about it in any sense. I really don't. Although, as you go forward, even though you're not upset, I feel like you're very conscious of how much. You got the yin yang, and you got the indecision card here. Which indecision, you notice it looks like which path do you take type thing, and the yin yang is two different pieces of the same whole. So I feel like what makes this better, because this is what this spot is in for you, you're very well aware of how this balances out. And you're kind of in this spot where you're wondering, should you just stay more involved with your partner on these things? Should you just be, like, you almost feel like you're micromanaging? But part of you is like, I don't want to do that, but, like, would that make it easier on my partner if I stayed in this role? Because you're like, at least for a little while longer, or if for some reason, if this isn't something that's just gone on for a month, like this is something that your partner goes through periodically, you're kind of thinking, do I want to stay this deep involved in my partner's life to make sure that everything stays on track? Like, is that going to work? Like, is that going to aggravate them? Is that going to aggravate me? What do I want to do? So I feel like you're trying to, in the future, what makes it better, I feel like you're communicating more, and you're trying to find ways to not become this micromanager of your partner, but something where they can, like, come to you earlier, or at least, like, somehow keep you on point, like, something so that it doesn't get to where it is now again. You're trying to think of ways to, like, circumvent a repeat situation. You're also, at the end of this situation here, like, questioning what made it actually happen. Like, was it just a moment, or, like, what caused this? It seems to be like, what's the effect? What's the effect? That seems to be coming through here. And you're trying to, like, I don't know, the road thing here makes me feel like, what way do you want to take this? Like, do you want to go and question a little more to figure out why this happened, or you just want to kind of let it go? It seems to be this left and right whole thing, the yin-yang thing. This very well may be a conversation you're having with your partner. Because I feel like they might... This yin-yang thing and the indecision, it kind of feels like, especially with the door to happiness, healing, door to personal happiness and healing, something. I'm saying it backwards for whatever you're like. That's their side. The way this kind of clicks in here, I'm really getting that feeling like you're worried that if you get in there and they keep you involved too much, that you're going to pretty much be running their lives for them. And you don't want to do that for a few different reasons. Like, it'll be draining, for one. But I feel like you're trying to push back some responsibility on their side. Because it almost feels like in some senses you might be like directing a whole show. They're actually doing stuff, but they're coming to you and asking you, what should I do now? What do I need to do now? Do you know what's on the docket for today? Like that type of thing. Well, docket or whatever. The list. There we go. And you're just like, I love you and I don't mind helping, but I don't really think I want to run your life for you. I know you're seeming to be very confident and comfortable with that. I'm not. And you have to like talk it out and like find ways so that like I feel like you're trying to make the point like I'm a support. I'm not the ruler of your life. I'm a support. And you're supposed to support me too. Like I'm not looking to be the king or queen of anything. I'm just looking to live life and make sure both of us are happy going forward. This is like a conversation you have after the fact, I feel. Because I feel like they become a little over-dependent on you, and you're aware of it. You're just like, this isn't going to work in the long run. Not for me, and I really don't think for you. And you have to hash it out. This is a really good conversation, though. This helps. All right, I feel like I'm kind of beating that to death, which, have I gone on for a while? Yeah, I've probably gone on for a little while. So let me wrap this up for relationship. I think it's going really well, though. I mean, it seems like this is a good, healthy relationship situation going on, so that's nice. Let's go into singles for Virgo. Alright, so messages for single Virgo. What do I have popping up here? Angel of Strength is trying to pop out. Alright. See if that factors in at some point. Messages for single Virgo. Single Virgos. Empowering messages to help them go the direction they want, to find what they want in life. Alright, now, for some reason that feels kind of heavy, so we're going to put that down. Now we're getting double cards again. We're getting another double card and another one. Maybe it's just my thumb. We done? Okay, we're going to do some of these. Single Virgo, you got the thinking man for where you're standing. So you got a lot of thoughts, and you got happy family, which is very reminiscent of the Ten of Cups in the tarot, in your thoughts. So you have a lot of thoughts, you have a lot of value you feel is in the situation. I feel like even though you're single, you're kind of in love or smitten with someone. This seems like a common theme. Maybe it's just me thinking that, but it seems like it's been happening a lot lately. So I don't know if it's something going on astrologically or I'm just connecting with people like that. I don't know. Stop. Alright. So, I'll leave that there. Okay. Yeah, there's a double card here. Okay. So this is where you're standing. The thinking man, your thoughts, the happy family. Got a lot of good thoughts here going on. Behind the thinking man, you have the base chakra, the root chakra. Base, root. With this version of the card, I'm noticing they give a little pink tone to the red. So I feel like this is very much, you're very attracted physically to this person, but there's more than that to this, especially with the pink coming through in this. I'm feeling like you really have feelings for this person that you're interested in. And that might seem to, I feel like it's in some situation, well, this might start, how do I say this? Rule your actions. Like the moment might overcome you and you might say something or kiss somebody, something like that. I'm feeling like it's very strong right there. But I'm also getting maybe you want to hold off on that kiss. Because something is a little, where do we want to start here? Right here. So I feel like the most recent thing that's happened that makes you feel like they feel the same way too, because I feel like that's kind of what I'm getting, this kind of like your energy's going towards them, like you're feeling they are on the same spot or on the same page. You're feeling like this is going to work out, and you've had some good times recently. You've been around this person, they've given you some type of positive feedback. Something is really, in your opinion, showing you they are in agreement with how you feel. Listen to your intuition is right next to it. Now, listen to your intuition is kind of touching the back here. What you might not realize is there's a card behind it. And it's the garden or the gate. This person is going through a change in their life is what I'm thinking. And while they seem very conducive to you and they're being very positive to your advances, I would say, or your communication, I feel like they're very optimistic because they're at this point in life where they're making a choice to go left or right. They're at some type of crossroads. Okay. More information about what's going on with them. You got the Goddess of the Moon and you got the Yes card with an exclamation, which in this deck there's two Yes cards. One Yes is just a regular casual yes, like, yeah, that looks good. Good idea, yeah. Yes with an exclamation means yes, this is definitely going to happen. Yes. So, not to be over dramatic, even though I was. But I'm also noticing it's the Goddess of the Moon here. A lot of times things can seem one way, but are really something else. I feel like what you're seeing and you think the yes is for is really for something else. Which, what is it? It's the fourth chakra. It's the heart chakra. It's a green heart chakra. So this is, but it's right, it's with the moon. It's with the moon. So I'm wondering if they are not really, they're putting off this vibe and there's something they are very, very ready to do, but it's being confused because the moon, when the moon hits in, it can be a good thing, it can be a bad thing. Like anything here, usually. Well, the sun card usually is good either way. But anyway, the moon card here, like on a full moon night, when you think you see something in the distance and the shadow moves, but then daylight comes and nothing was there, it's kind of like that sometimes. And I'm wondering, due to other cards around here, what exactly we're going for, because it looks really good for you. Except when you get to this middle part, you've got the Angel of Love. Very beautiful card. That's where you're standing. I feel like that's where you're kind of letting your feelings be known. But I feel like you're shot down because you got the anxiety card right after it. You're either shot down or there's no response. And the other person either walks away or just does not respond. It says get more information right above it, which means whatever way, if they shoot you down or if they don't respond, at this point you don't know why. You don't know why, what's going on, because something isn't right here. They are making changes. And things are going well, and love is on the mind for them, but I might not be talking about you. It might be somebody else that they're in love with. But for some reason, it gets confused over onto you, which makes me wonder, why is that happening? I feel like conversations going into this, like, there's an established connection they already have. This isn't the base of the situation. Carrying connections, and you see these two people. Door to Spirit, right above it. This is where it's stemming from. I feel like there's someone else. And for some reason, they're giddy about this other person, not realizing how you're taking the things they're saying. And this joyful heart feeling that they're having is not meant for you. Which I apologize, because I feel like that's rough. I feel like you might even try to, like, get more information, like, but I thought you felt this, like, don't you feel for me type feel? Like you're trying to say this, trying to understand where they are, what's going on. And they tell you. Or they're just like, I don't see you that way. Something comes through. I'm still thinking, even when you question, I feel like you don't get all your answers that you need. But in some way, either they don't respond to your questions, or they walk away, or they tell you no and they give you some answers, but then they kind of move away. I feel like at some point they just kind of walk away, they stop answering your questions. And you're kind of like a deer in the headlights, like, I don't understand, everything seemed to be going the right way. Somebody else is there already with them. They already have somebody else. And I feel like it's been going on for a while. And they've been giddy about it and somehow responding to you. However they've been responding to you, I don't think they meant, or they were just so happy about what they were going to do. They were just in this mood and it just got transferred over to you in some sense, but it wasn't meant for you. And I feel like once you realize this, at some point you realize it's just not there. However you thought, however it seemed, it's just not there. And when you got the solar plexus chakra, this is loyalty to self a lot of times. And there's something better. I feel like you're realizing this. And you're just like, you know what? I don't know how I got turned around on this, but I feel like you might be a little embarrassed about it, to be honest with you. And you're just kind of like, you know what? Let me just move on, because I don't want to think about this anymore. Now, that being said, I feel like you're trying to do that. But you're kind of conflicted because I feel like you also have the attachment card here for your outcome. You're still feeling kind of bound. I feel like whatever the connection is you have with this person, it's still there. And you're still dealing with them in some respect. And you're feeling kind of like, I don't know, you're still feeling those feelings like you want to be with them. Like, I feel like you fell kind of in love with them. You let your emotions go there, and it's just not ending that quick. It's just you need a moment to thaw, and you're having. I feel like they're still around, and you're not able to really thaw. That's causing a problem. I feel like part of the reason you're having a hard time really letting go is because there's still questions unanswered. I feel like you may not be aware still, even after the fact that there's someone else. There's literally someone else is what I'm getting. There's something else going on there, and they're going in a different direction. I feel like they are loyal to this other situation, and they're not even considering. But I feel like whatever the situation was before, however they treated you before, when you put forth that you wanted to be with them, they either denied it or walked away, one of the two. But I still feel like the walk away thing kind of fits a little better, because I feel like even after you make your feelings known and what you'd like, and they say no, however they do that, they just go back like nothing happened, like you never said it. And they're treating you the same way they were before, and it's confusing for you. And it's hard for you to let go, because they're acting the same, and you're just like, I don't understand how you can treat me like this if you don't feel this way for me. I don't understand why you like me so much but not enough to do this. And I feel like that missing piece is why, because they're in a really excited spot about this other situation that they're not letting out in the open. But they're definitely, I feel like it's a love situation though, like they have love for someone else. Could be a different project. Not in most cases. I think 90 to 95% of you, it's going to be there's literally someone else, and they're excited about that. Okay, so I think this is all we're going to get from here. Hopefully, this comes to you before you make this advancement, and it helps you find out more information in a different way. Because I feel like you're going to try for the more information, but in a way that makes you more comfortable if they do say no, that you're not going to get stuck in a bind or feel embarrassed. Because I'm thinking there's an embarrassed quality here, possibly, unless you're a person that doesn't really get embarrassed. But I feel like you might make a gesture, quick the grand gesture, and they'll either ignore it or just say, I can't do that. One of the two. Okay. All right, I'm going to wrap this up here. Of course, if you would like a reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com, james, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.